Thank you for staying with us. There's fire on the mountain in Ondo State, and as such, the elders are running. Elders and leaders in the states have called on President Bola Tinubu to urgently intervene and end the constitutional crisis in the states to avoid a looming breakdown of law and order. The elders, including Afenifere leader Reuben Fasoranti and former secretary to the government of the Federation, Chief OluFalae, and also said there should be no impeachment of the governor nor the deputy governor by the House of Assembly. They all insist all unelected officials should allow the three arms of government to find lasting solution to the crisis. Jide? Now the elders from Ondo State, Chief Fasoranti and Chief OluFalae, wading into this. It's like a crisis, or what would I call it?
It's about time, It's about time. We said from the beginning that, look, the solution is not to impeach the deputy governor. What for? With ridiculous charges and all that. I've never seen the man, as in seeing someone at close quarters.
Are you that you are?
I've never seen him.
Lucky.
You know, I've never seen him. If he decides to shave his white beard, and I see him in public, I will not recognize him.
Me too, I've never met him.
Maybe the white beard will help me. Say, this looks like that you are. Never met him. I don't need to meet him. But the truth is the truth. It makes absolutely no sense where the governor is ill, and you have created a situation in which the person who is supposed to act in his position can't even function. You've saddled him with a burden of having to defend himself, keep himself in power, but not in office. Because this is what it is, and Ondo State is suffering for it. We know how active the governor was, always inspecting projects and going and ensuring that projects get done and all that, that everything is moving smoothly. He's not been able to do that for months. And we have a situation in which a man that he appointed as deputy, a man that he once said that he would be his successor, he can't function.
All of a sudden,
you want to impeach a deputy governor on the claims that he is not loyal to the governor. I've looked at all of the allegations against him. They are ridiculous. This is the truth.
Just to eliminate him.
We just want to get him, just pure succession politics. That is what they are playing.
The calculation is if Aiyedatiwa becomes the acting governor,
he will be too strong.
Will be too strong, and by the time he contests,
just the Jonathan kind of.
Yes.
Because the man who is on the saddle is the man with the power. You know, he's the man with the power. If you hold the microphone now, your voice will be louder than mine. That's the way it is. So that is their feeling. They don't want that. They would rather want someone from their own group. This is what is playing out. I mean, there ought not to be a vacuum in governance, but that vacuum is there now, whether we like it or not. And it's the states, the people of the state, that are the worst for it.
But what is wrong with us in this part of the world? You even see people that are even very educated and learned, so to say, and understand law and everything. I don't expect that if they allow the free will of Arakunrin, it's just throwing the two and
there is a lot of hypocrisy in government. What a lot of time we see when leadership is going wrong is that those who have surrounded the leader are not saying the truth to him, saying the truth to power. A lot of sycophants who just want to do the bidding of the leader. They mislead them. There have been governors in this country in their first term who did excellently well. And then second term, sycophants get their way in and they mislead him. And at the end of the day, such states, you see them losing it to the opposition because they have derailed completely. And that's something that leaders must always avoid. When everybody around you is singing Hosanna, Hosanna to you, be careful. If there is a lone voice that is saying to you, watch this thing that you are doing, listen to that person. Because that's your savior. But most times, you see people, let's assume that it was that deputy, for instance, who was ill and is out of the state. How will the same set of people react?
Sharp. They replace him.
They would have replaced him. So we must be careful that a lot of things that are happening, they don't throw the people we are supposed to govern into turmoil. And that's what is happening in those states.
What Babas are saying is, no need to impeach.
No, don't impeach. It's almost over.
No need to impeach them. Why do you want to impeach the man? What is your evidence that the deputy governor is not loyal? How do you define loyalty?
And even the people outside have already seen it, that this is all about politics of succession. You can see. So why are you trying to tell us that these manufactured allegations are the things, the real reason you want the man out of the way? We can see it clearly. In Edo State now, we have seen that the deputy governor has decided to go all out. He has started his campaign. And that is what will likely happen. He has not started. He has not started any campaign. And that will likely happen in Ondo State too.
Just want to get him out of the way.
Should we do something about the...
I think that, APC sent the Masari committee to intervene. But clearly now, they have not listened to
the committee.
Masari group. The matter is still very kind of neither here nor there. No one knows what will happen the next day. So I subscribe to the advice that Baba OluFalae and Baba Fasoranti
and other elders
intervene. The president needs to intervene. We know that he's busy, but at this time, the president is the president. When a problem becomes seemingly intractable, the stature of the president, when he steps in, will create that solution. Modakeke and Ife, they were fighting each other, killing each other, using jazz against each other. There was no story that we didn't hear those days about how it works. Maybe most of them are not even true, but they will tell us just to, terrify us. That,
I saw that a lot of things went down.
Obasanjo had to step in, and he called the Oni and the king of Modakeke.
Okushua. Oh, that's no, that's the title. Ogu something is the title.
They had meetings. Some meetings will start at 6 p.m. It won't end until like 7 a.m. the next day. It was Obasanjo himself that said it. People will think that we are not working, that there is a crisis, we are not solving problems. But look, when we had this Ifemudake war, these were the meetings that we had, and this was how long those meetings were. So Obasanjo stepped in. In the end, he solved the problem. Mr. President waded into what would have been a bloody affair in River State.
Yeah.
And we saw peace. There was a calmness that came immediately. So we expect that in this case, the president can't just leave this matter like that. What the people want to impeach the deputy governor, what do they want to gain? Beyond using the opportunity to install their own people. There's no other. And you created a lacuna, you created a vacuum in government. A vacuum created by the fact that Arakune is ill. How do you create another vacuum in the deputy governor's office? Because you are not allowed to function. So I think that the president needs to listen to the advice of these old men. if there are still old men in Yoruba land who are respected, Fasoranti and Falae are respected, and they are not flippant.
Well, finally, some guys are saying that it's time to look at the office of the deputy governor and should be strengthened. That they should be, because the way it is now, they are just at the mercy of the governor.
Unfortunately, yes, it's a good position. But where you also have over-ambitious deputy and you create some good foundation for him, it can also be a problem. I think what we need to watch or tell those who are going into government is that, see, this is a team that must not see itself as being at or being in competition. They must not. At least there are some states where we have seen good working relationship. Lagos is still an example.
Work together.
Lagos now, as it is an example. When you look at what went down in Imo before the election, the deputy governor had a good working relationship with the governor, and the governor said, see, if we don't do our calculations well, we won't win this election. And the man stepped down, they brought in another person. That's relationship. There was no squabble, no nothing over that. And so many, like, you can mention so many like that. In Kogi, for instance, you could have expected that the deputy governor would want to run. But it was a matter of sitting down to see if we do it this way, we are not going to go anywhere. And they had an agreement and they moved on. So it's a matter of the two persons, the two individuals occupying those offices. If you strengthen the office of the deputy governor, it will also become a problem. And
all right. Like the Hydra-headed monster, Boko Haram terrorism takes many forms.